Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with us this afternoon on day 2 of the Coaching Summit. So we have been powering through today. It's been fantastic. So many attended. It's just been so wonderful to see so many of you joining us and so many faces as well from yesterday. So thank you all for taking the time out of your busy days to attend all these wonderful sessions. All of the sessions will allow you to enable captions if you wish. So please go ahead and do that now if you need to. So we are now kicking off another session, and this one is with another fantastic speaker that we have. And hi to you, Santanu. Thank you so much for being here. We have a self-care strategies for parents of SEN children through coaching. So thank you so much for this. We're really looking forward to this one, as I'm sure everybody else is. And I will hand over to you now.
Thank you for that lovely welcome, Shelley. Welcome, everybody. Shelley, even though you repeated my name 4 times, when it came to it, you said it wrong, but don't you worry.
I'm so sorry.
I know, no problem.
I had it in my
So
head as
just
well.
to let everyone know, not only have I been introduced incorrectly, I actually can't see anyone because I've just switched from Apple to Microsoft this week. What a week to do it. And my screen just shows my, I'm just talking to my PowerPoint. I can't see anyone. So if you want to have a kip, make a tea, please feel free. No. So I'm Santanu from Father Figures It Out Coaching, and I am extremely grateful to be here, to be asked to be here with such amazing coaches over the last 2 days. And I'm even more grateful that so many of you have, well, I say so many, I can't really see, I'm hoping there's so many of you, that you've all come to spend some time with me and find out what sensational coaching for the parents of SEN children actually is. So that's all my gratitude. I'm going to jump straight into it. Could you please put in the chat one thing that you are just so grateful for in your life at the moment? I'd be really happy if you could just do that. Let's get some happiness flying around the room.
The
that
sun,
post-lunch love.
my son, supportive friends, community.
Beautiful.
Oh, it's so lovely. Good friends and family, blue skies. Oh, how lovely. My kids, my children.
I'm going to wait for a few more.
Home. Sunshine.
Kids and children. Sunshine. Kids and children. I love that because, sorry, go on.
No. I was just like, oh, this is also lovely to see. And then this summit as well.
I just wanted to kickstart this with some really good vibes. Thank you for everyone who commented there. Kids and children are in the right place because something about me and my life. I've got 2 daughters myself, but I'll talk to you more about me later because it's not all about me. Okay. I was a teacher, so kids are very important, and this is all about the kids, but even more so, this talk is actually about the parents who are there to enable their children to be their very best. Okay, so sensational well-being. Why is SEN in capital? 2 reasons. I love a pun. I'm also a copywriter in my spare time. That was my first business. So if there's a pun going, I'm going to jump on it. I do apologize. Sen is also the first 3 letters of my surname. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? SEN, special educational needs, and we also put the D on the end for disabilities. So welcome to Coaching for Parents of SEN Children. Loads of words, you don't need to read it. I shall just tell you this. 14% of parents worldwide are currently raising children with SEN. 14%. Yeah, okay, it's not up in the 80s or 90s, but that's 14% of the whole world. That's a lot of people. 40% of these parents experience higher levels of stress when you compare them to people with children without SEN. That's 40% are experiencing higher levels of stress. 80% of the parents
Sorry, I'm just going to interrupt you. We can't see your slides at the moment.
Oh, no. I don't know what's happened. So you only saw the first page?
Nope, it's not come up yet.
What are you seeing at the moment?
Your face, which is beautiful.
My real face or my PowerPoint face?
No, your actual face, the video.
Oh, did not start you. Should I go and try and share again? What should we do?
Yes, please. Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, people.
That's okay. It's technology. We love technology.
Oh, I've been with Apple for years and my camera died, so I had to buy something else. Okay, here we go. Let's share screen. Hopefully this will work.
It's starting to kick in.
Has that come through?
Not does it? Yes, there we go. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Absolute
Only took
amateur. There you go. Okay. So 80% of SEN parents report feeling high levels of stress and anxiety every single day. 70% of them feel guilty and full of self-doubt. 95% of them feel isolated and lacking a community. And I'll tell you later why I know this and I see it for myself regularly. But that's a lot of big numbers: isolation, guilt, not good feelings. And that's why when I ended up doing my positive psychology coaching diploma last year, through my own journey of my life as a single parent for 11 years and also my life as a teacher, coming into contact with SEN children throughout the years, somehow I've arrowheaded to this point, and it was like, well, who else am I going to try and serve as a coach? It's almost like it's picked me. I didn't have it in my head. So I'm here for SEN parents today, but also I work with single parents. And a lot of the time, I hate to say this, a lot of the SEN parents end up being a single parent because of the stresses that they have to deal with. And unfortunately, a lot of the times, people that I see, it's the mum that's left on her own as well. So, what is SEN? Can I just check that my screen's actually moved on?
Yes, it has. Thank you.
Thank you. ASD, autism spectrum disorders. Then you've got ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. A whole gamut of physical disabilities are included, and also speech impairments. So a child is deemed SEN. While I say that, can you just put in the chat, please, if you are actually a parent of an SEN child or a grandparent or a carer or a sibling? I just want to see who's in the room. So an SEN child is deemed somebody who needs additional resources and support to continue their education journey to the best of their ability.
Lots of yeses, lots of parents, lots of working.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. Really good to have you here. So whether you're new on your journey or you've been raising an SEN child for some time, you're going to be at different levels, but I'm going to come at it from quite a basic, simple level. So the challenges that you face, way better than anyone else, are always over and above non-SEN parents. There's the stress and anxiety. There's the highly complex education system and healthcare system that you have to navigate to get that all-important EHCP, education and healthcare plan. I'm in lots of different groups. I talk to parents all the time. Some of them are very clued up and they've made it their business to find out how it works, and then they just steam through. A lot of parents have no idea where to even start. Somebody messaged me this week and said, I taught a child last year actually, and she said to me, she didn't have a clue. Single mother, 2 children with SEN, and she didn't have a clue where to start, what help to get. She'd go to pick a child up from school. She'd be left in a little play tent in the corridor outside the head or Senko's office. And I'm divulging, but I'm just going to say this now. When I went to start working with this girl last summer, she barricaded herself in her bedroom to the point where mum had to ask me to take the door off because she felt it was unsafe. Anyway, the poor girl was screaming out of her door for the first 2-3 weeks. She wouldn't even come and see me. I was there as a tutor. She wouldn't even come out and see me because she was screaming at me that I was a doctor. She had, through the stresses at school, she'd eaten her jumper sleeves, unraveled the wool and eaten it, and she'd eaten her own hair. This is called pica, if any of you know that, PICA, and that is where a child through stress will eat non-edible things. For her, it was her hair and jumper. Cut a long story short, she ended up with a 3-fist high ball of wool and hair in her stomach, and she pretty much could have died if she hadn't been taken to hospital. But her mum couldn't tell her about the hospital until the day before, or even the morning that they had to take her in. Otherwise, it would have ruined Christmas. She wouldn't have settled. I've really digressed, but I think that's really important. What I would like to say, that little girl, worked with her for 6 or 7 months. Her mum was fantastic. She had people fighting her case. Whatever little part of that I played, tiny little part, just tutoring her every day. She's now in a special school, absolutely thriving, and yeah, gives me great pleasure to say that. Okay, social isolation. People, friends and family, sometimes they just think this is too weird. The child's behaving too strangely, erratically. It's embarrassing, can't do with this. So they drift away. I've heard of parents upping sticks and moving to the other end of the country because they can't deal with it anymore. And that just leaves the parent or parents at home. Also, the SEN parent, their caregiving role to their child supersedes their own self-care. And that's why I feel it's really important to provide some sort of coaching, positive psychology coaching, to take them to a better place. Because when they're stronger, when they're thriving, naturally, knock-on effect. Please, at any stage, I can't see anyone, like I said, if you want to say anything about anything I've said, or ask a question, or just say that it resonates,
I just got a
one from
comment
Shelley is going to let me know.
there from Cheryl. The capacity to have time for parenting an SEN child, supporting other siblings, partner, plus holding down a job and functioning every day and trying to take in information of what to do next is overwhelming.
Said it all. I don't. Some of the parents that I see, because I actually work as a one-to-one SEN tutor every day, so that's my day job at the moment. I left 18 years of basically year 6 teaching in really tough schools in tough parts of London and Kent. And then I've migrated, it almost happened without me knowing it, into working one-to-one. But when I see those parents on a daily basis, you really get to see their true lives, and it's tough. Thank you for that. Was that Cheryl?
Yes, it was. Yeah. Thank
you, Cheryl. So just going back to 2 of the stats from before, 40% higher levels of stress every single day. Overall, and 80% on a daily basis. Sensational wellbeing coaching. What can I bring to the party? Great question. Well, I can't say that. I wrote it. Anyway, why me? I think I've alluded to a bit of that already. I'm a parent to 2 girls. Just to show you, this is a screen grab from my website, fatherfiguresit.out.coach. These were my 2 little girls when I thought the world was absolutely spot on. Lovely house, big garden, 2 amazing little kids. That was before divorce, but you know, we all have different journeys that we've taken, and without that journey I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing now. So I'm a parent. I can see what the parents are going through, and I can empathize from a parental point of view. 20 years of teaching experience. I've dealt with SEN children in my class. I've, provided support and comfort to their parents. I've talked to SEN. I've talked to the Senko people. I've had to dodge the Senko people many times. You know, in the beginning of a teaching career, I don't think they teach us enough about SEN at all. They really don't. And for a teacher, especially a young teacher, I was early 30s when I became a teacher, but there's a lot of kids going in at 19, 20. If they don't know about SEN, how are they going to deal with that child appropriately or correctly? Yeah. So there's so much pressure on all sides. It's a tough one. Best thing ever, well, apart from my girls and my teaching career, best thing that's happened in a long time since my divorce was the positive psychology coaching diploma. And I know Maggie Clarsons, who did a brilliant alcohol-free session yesterday, we come from the same stable. We met the enigmatic Andy Ramage and did some work with him. And I'm just over the moon that that's brought me here. And now to add my one-to-one SEN tutoring on top of that, I honestly don't know what else I could have done or could be doing to put myself in a better position to help SEN parents. So that's my background. You've seen my little girls, and they are not little girls anymore. 20 and 16. Can I just give you throw in a little aside here? I chose the colours for my website, and then I chose the pictures for my website. I couldn't believe the Lion King just matched. Is that serendipity or destiny? That's why little things like this keep happening that make me think I'm doing the right thing. Sorry, that's probably no big deal to anyone else, but I put the picture there and it was like, Oh, wow. How did that happen? Okay, so they are now 16 and 20. And my youngest on the right, Olivia, she said to me before I came on today, Dad, are you wearing that? Dad, put on something smart. This is me. I love this badge. If you look behind me, that picture kept me going through my early years of divorce. And that picture taken by my 12-year-old niece at the time is my logo. And that is my mission now. I'm here to help the parents that I've spoken about. I keep digressing. Has anyone put anything in the chat yet? Shelley, we got
I'm gonna
anything?
look for you now. Absolutely, it's a lot to get your head around. It feels like mainstream schools tick boxes for SEND kids. Sadly, the teachers that invest in time to learn about a child often leave teaching because there's more than tick boxes. I've met some amazing teachers who are no longer teaching.
Yeah. I did 18 years, most of it as a year 6 SATs teacher, and just kept churning out results till the end of it. I thought, this is just, I know this is being recorded, so I won't swear, but this is just the pits. All we are doing is churning out results for the schools and for the local authority and for the head teacher's CV. It's heartbreaking, absolutely heartbreaking. Whereas a lot of these SEN children have got so much talent within them, and it's not the teacher's fault, it's the system. No one's got the time to engage with them properly. You know, my girl I was telling you about earlier, her thing is Korean pop music. I had to go and research Korean pop music and write her schemes of work all about that. So, yep, got another boy at the moment. It's all about space, and all the parents on there will know they have SEN children have their own thing, and that's how you connect with them. So, positive psychology coaching is the science of well-being and flourishing. We don't go back and look at all the problems of why it happened, why are you feeling like this. I would be taking an SEN parent from where they are now, clearly overwhelmed, almost burnt out, and try and move them to flourishing and make them see that they are so important, and their well-being has to come first. Because, you know, some of these people are staying up half the night with a child who won't sleep. Some of them are being sworn at as they walk through the shopping centre and have everyone looking at them. They are going through all sorts at the moment. And, you know, I really do commend and take my hat off to these parents. They are an amazing band of people. So, blah, blah, blah. This is just about what I do. My aim is to help you build resilience, prioritize your self-care, most importantly, and also engage with a supportive community. So, the way I do it, my plan is to teach certain things like the foundation of psychology, aligning with values, managing stress and overwhelm, and that's through meditation and mindfulness. I've been into meditation and mindfulness for, I'm not going to tell you how many years because you'll know how old I am, but a long time now. Since I was a teenager, I got into Buddhism, then I got into mindfulness, and, you know, now everyone's into it and everyone's being authentic and this and that. But that's part of the courses that I have built and what I want to share with people. And also in the groups that I am going to be running, there is like a little WhatsApp group where every day you've got someone to shout and vent at. Yeah, I will be there with you for an 8-week course or a 12-week course. Or if you just wanted one-to-one coaching, there's that package there as well. So it's all about being there to support you whilst also giving you practical tools. What we got next? What I've really just talked about. So there's one-to-one coaching, online or in person. I do love in person because once you're especially out in nature or something, if you're walking and talking, it just brings something else, another dimension to the conversation. So group programs, small groups. I teach online. What else didn't I mention? Building resilience. Oh, also effective communication, be that with the doctor's surgery, be that with the schools. You know, having come from the school background, I know what you need, how you can maybe get in and talk to the right person, what you need to say. So real life support as well as coaching. Any questions, please remember you can just jump in whenever you like, guys. A deeper dive into the challenges faced, emotional stresses like being sworn at in public, or your child just bolting and running when you're out and about, your child never telling you what they probably really feel inside, i.e. that they love you, that they appreciate you, but never hearing that, that's stressful. And you just think, I'm doing this day in, day out, day in, day out. And I know we do it as parents, but yeah. Practical stresses, chasing the EHCP, trying to get a meeting with the Senko, or pinning down the head teacher, or the doctor's not doing this. It's like a full admin role at home. I see people on the phone while I'm teaching their children, it's stressful. Isolation, people disappearing because they can't handle it. And heartbreakingly, as I said before, when it's the partner who goes because they can't handle it, that's just not nice to deal with that. Exhaustion leading to burnout. You are going to be no good to your child when you've burnt out. All of this stress can lead to poor mental health and ultimately depression and even further anxiety. So, what's triggering the stress? Constant vigilance. The fact that you have to be on guard all the time, depending how old your child is, what their issues are, you just don't know. I worked with a girl late last year until about April this year, 12-year-old girl, very, very big, built like an adult, but, hugely strong. She had 2 cochlear implants, so she was deaf when she wanted to be. She'd just turn it off. Sometimes while I was teaching her, she'd Wi-Fi them straight to her iPad. So even all kids are still getting hang of, how to use modern tech to their advantage. But this girl, she was oxygen starved for a certain amount of time when she was born, and she would flip at any moment. And I do not know how her mum copes. She'd just get up and start pulling her mum's hair. And at one stage, she kicked me, and I had like knee pain for weeks, if not months. And it was frightening. If my leg had been straight at the time, if she'd kicked my straight leg, she would have broken the bones. She's attacked a cab driver while he was driving. She's ripped hair out of the previous tutor's head. It's this kind of constant vigilance. Imagine the mums, the roller coaster she's on. And external stresses that we've said again about schools and everything that's not within the parent's control. So, as you can see, the well-being and the mental health of an SEN parent is just phenomenally intertwined with their child, their progress, and the overall family dynamics. A lady contacted me on LinkedIn this week and said, "Oh, I love what you're doing. It's not just for the parents and the kids, it's for the siblings." This lady had grown up with a SEN sibling, and she said that sibling's behavior and needs impacted the entire family. Is anyone going through that sort of thing at the moment? Do you see it as a parent that your other siblings are being affected at all? If anyone wants to type.
We've got one in the chat saying advocating and navigating schools and NHS can feel like a full-time job on top of everything else. And there's some, saying yes to a degree, familiar story, absolutely. Not hugely, but yes, there's a pull between the needs of each.
Yeah. So, I mean, mainly people outside of this situation don't ever sort of think, oh, you know what, how's the sister or the brother feeling? It's a tough one, very tough one. So here we have some PPIs. I'm not going to go through them all, but these are positive psychology interventions. 3 good things. That's why I threw in the dopamine hitting 1 good thing in your life at the moment. So we had a lot of those, which made everyone feel good. And then I hope I haven't brought you down with the things I've been telling you, but it's all for a good reason. Gratitude visit. That's where you focus on someone in your life who you basically want to and should say thank you, that you're grateful to them. And it could be a visit in person and tell them, or it could be a letter. Another great one I love is the best possible future self. This should go on for 1 or 2 months, where you almost journal, but you're writing about the person that you will be it's almost like visualization as well, like Sarah was telling us just now. You write about you once you've attained everything that you intend to attain in life. So the best you. The more you think about it, I think you're opening neural pathways. You keep telling yourself, you're doing it over a couple of months, and you keep reminding your head what needs to happen to get to that point. So your brain's then going to start filtering that into your daily life. Okay, so need your help now. I work with 6 streams of positivity. So for each one of the 6, could you please just write the title and give yourself a score between 1 and 10? 10 means absolutely smashing it. 1 means, well, obviously, you know what 1 means. Same as Maggie yesterday. If you saw her amazing session yesterday, same as Maggie, because we come from the same stable, no 7s. 7 is too easy. It's like, no one's going to say it's not good enough. No one's going to say, you know, it's too bad. It's too easy. So 1 to 6 or 8, 9, 10. So number 1, just write down the title of the next 6 slides and just give yourself a mark. Quality sleep. This is phenomenal, and several coaches have mentioned this over the last couple of days. We all know this. Without sleep, I am utterly useless. I know I need 8 hours a day. And I also know, I'll tell you, here's another aside. Yesterday lunchtime, I had lunch as normal after working, came home, and I can't do anything in the afternoons after lunch. And I just have to have a kip. Not good. So today I've not had my lunch because otherwise I wouldn't be here or with this level of energy. So I'm going to have a nice lunch after this. Anyway, quality sleep, so important. Where are you? 1 to 10, can't do a 7.
We've got a 2 and a 6.
2 and a 2. Can I ask, does the number 2 want to tell me why you've got a 2? Is it, you don't have to share if you don't want to. Are you a parent of an SEN child?
I'm happy to talk. Hi.
Who is that?
It's Sarah. I was just on.
Oh, are you, Sarah?
Hi. Yeah, no, I have. And I wonder, it's quite interesting, actually. I was wondering whether any other ADHD children or parents in the room have big sleeping difficulties, because that's what we're encountering at the moment. So therefore, the parents have those problems too.
How old is your child?
13.
13. While they type, if anyone wants to type, please do. I'm working with a 9-year-old boy at the moment, and he hasn't been to school for 3 years. He can't cope with the noise, with the fuss and all that. He doesn't sleep. Some days he'll go 3 nights on the trot without a proper sleep, and he doesn't eat brilliantly either. So imagine the high alert that his parents are on. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough seeing these people struggle the way they are. This one's even worse. The lady's got about 5 kids, and last year her husband had a stroke. So not good. Okay, clear thinking. Clear thinking is how often, what number, 1 to 10, do you consider yourself able to think to the best of your ability? i.e. you're not too tired, i.e. you're not relying on alcohol or anything else. Let's be honest, people do whatever they need to do. So by clear thinking, I mean no added substances to help you get through it. Crystal clear, thinking beautifully, rationally all the time. I'd love to hear these numbers. I was going to say see these numbers, but I can't see anything right now.
We've got a couple of 5.
5s. Okay.
4.
Oh, 5, 4.
Another 5. 6.
No one.
Bridge.
6. No 8s, 9s.
Not yet.
Are they still thinking about it?
Well, there is 1 9. Thanks, Rich.
Hey, does number 9 want to share why, so we can all have some of this elixir?
Oh, hey, Santanu, it's Rich.
That's Rich. I know that voice.
Yeah, how you doing, brother? I just
I'm
put
good,
it because I don't have kids in the house, and I don't have a lot of the stresses that a lot of the folks here do. So My
Brilliant.
heart goes out to all you amazing people who are doing this. It's touching to think about, frankly. And I'm just blessed to be at a stage in life where I can think clearly and get good sleep. So thankful.
Thanks, Rich. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, it's Sarah, the other Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
So
Sarah.
I'm just picking up on something that Lindsay's written, which I think is quite interesting, and that's I guess the kind of typical timing. There might be a few sweeping statements in what I'm going to say here, but like the sort of classical, the typical timing to have children, and then obviously you get to a point where these some of these behaviours are at a peak, and then you overlay, potential perimenopause or menopausal symptoms, and just the kind of the overwhelm that can come from the sheer kind of magnitude of things to think about, and to the sort of responsibilities that go with it at a time when, you're, as a woman, your body's potentially changing as well.
Brilliant. And Sarah, everything, even like that, I can't believe even the menopause and the perimenopause has only been spoken about properly for about 2 years. It's mad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, that's something else to add on to the mums and what they're dealing with and putting up with. It's huge. Okay. If no one else wants to jump in, I'll move on to the next slide, please. Hugely important as human beings. This is what we have to do. And you know what to do. Give me numbers, please. But I'll just say, I know when I first got divorced, you almost lock yourself away. So it's not just divorce, it's other big events in life. So I know a lot of SEN parents do this as well. You kind of hide away because you think it's your problem and nobody understands you, nobody gets you, and you think everyone's having a whale of a time in real life without you. But we have to remember to keep connecting with other people, especially in real life. Yeah, this is so, so important. And I think all the coaches at some point have alluded to this. Connection is critical. Do we have some numbers, please?
Yeah, so we've got 5, which then also says definitely lower in the first year post-diagnosis. 7, couple of 6s, 8, another 8.
Oh, wow. That's brilliant. 8s are great. And because, yeah, like I said, I know I lock myself away a bit. And it's not good. You start relying, and I'll be honest with you, you start having a drink. The weekends when the girls weren't here, every other weekend, you'll end up just having a drink, maybe pop into the pub, and it's not healthy, none of it. We need to go out, enjoy the outdoors with good people. That's all one of the joys of life, isn't it? Okay. Any more numbers there? I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you Carol Vorderman.
There's
2 from the top, please.
Yeah, there's a great comment from Cheryl, and it says, "I know connection is critical to me thriving."
Yeah, absolutely. Bouncing off other people, laughing, just laughing, smiling, watching other people be happy. Yeah. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, everybody that's commenting as well. Thank you so much. Here we go. So important. When you go down on a spiral, you think, oh, I'll just grab a burger. Nah, that burger's doing nothing for you. And I don't know why. My feed on Instagram is full of people telling me how bad McDonald's and things are now. And I love watching them, and it's keeping me away. They do things like, oh, here's a burger 4 months old and it hasn't changed. What is in that to keep it like that? On the flip side, when you're eating green things, orange things, purple things, how much better do you feel when you're filling yourself with good food, home cooked food? Numbers, please.
So we've got quite a few 2s coming up. And a 3.
I need to find out why. Is that time starved?
So Elaine, Liz, they were both number 2. Got a 3. There's a couple of 6s. Need to eat more veg.
Are the 2s and 3s due time or?
Hi, yeah, Liz here. I put 2 for my nutritional diet. I think it's a bit of a cycle. Like it becomes time, and working full time, being a mum with to a SEND child, and then other factors that are at play in my personal circumstances with fertility and things. And then I think all of those stresses, so then you convenience of like that junk food and things. So and then once you start having that, your mood's affected. So then it just kind of becomes a vicious cycle from my perspective.
Totally get it. Sorry, what was your name? I didn't catch that.
Sorry, Liz.
Liz, thank you so much for that. And, you know, tell me if I'm wrong, but I find a lot of these children that I work with, deal with, they actually love that kind of food, because it's a lot of these children like bland food, like the brown and yellow foods, or they restrict their diet to just a couple of things. Is there anyone on the call that has a child like that?
So we have one who's saying that their SEND daughter has a food sensitivity, so the look and texture, so it's a challenge, and another one saying food can be a challenge for SEN kids, which can influence how the rest of the family eat. Yeah,
that's a big one, isn't it? Yeah, that would take a long time to dig into and work out, but at least we're all aware, we all know that that's one of the 6 massive streams of positivity that we can work on. Would anyone else like to comment on diet, or shall I move on, Carol?
I'd like to comment. The reason I put a 2 for it is because I think it goes back to the quality of sleep. If you're not getting quality of sleep, you're tired. So what you tend to go for is food that's going to give you the sugar
instant
level.
Boost.
So instant boost. So it's the chocolate bars, the biscuits, the things that you know are going to give you that instant gratification and try and get you to be clear thinking and things like that. So yeah.
Wow. Thank you for that. This one is one of my absolute favourites, quiet time and nature. And I know for a fact, all the people I've ever worked with SEN children, and to be fair, quite a lot of normal, I don't mean, you know what I mean, parents of neurotypical children, quiet time is hard to find until your kids get older. Yeah. That's why my good friend Rich from America is busting 10s out on everything, because his kids have grown up and gone, and life's all very nice now. If that quiet time is in nature, even better. I feel everything spikes in a good way when I get out and just walk along a river, or walk in a field, or see in the chat. Does that work for you? Quiet time. Only when we're quiet with our own thoughts will we ever realize what's actually inside of us deep down. We have to quiet the noise, you know, for the heart to truly speak. And I know it's difficult. Everybody's busy, but turn the telly off, go and sit somewhere quietly. You owe it to yourself for how much good it's going to do you.
So we've got a couple of lower ones here, but there is one that says 0. So Susie, I don't know if you wanted to.
Oh, Susie, do you want to tell us why?
Oh, she can't come off mute. That's no problem. Thank you, though. And there's a couple of lower ones, 2s. Finding the time is a challenge. There are a couple of 7s.
That's good. Can I ask one of the higher 7? How do you manage? Where do you find this time, or what do you do with it? Where do you go?
Oh, that's Rich. So Rich is Rich
well,
that's Rich coming from him.
But you know, part of it is, and again, the blessing of having adult kids. So, I do remember how it is to have little kids, because I wasn't getting a lot of sleep and quiet time for sure. But you know, I've got the ability now to get up early in the morning, take the dog out for a walk. We've got a little area out in the woods, and I make sure to do that every morning. Do some quiet time, do some prayer, and just take the time to really just be quiet, and that's good. I will say, for those of you who are parents, go ahead, please.
I was just going to say, for those, many people won't know this, but you've got 3 boys. You've served your time literally in the army, so you've had your non-quiet years as well. So,
oh, goodness, yes.
My friend.
Thank you. And you know what? I have to admit, I do miss the times with the having the little kids in the house. You miss it when it's gone. You do.
Yeah.
And I know how hard it is for some of y'all.
You miss it when it's gone, and when it's there, you haven't got time to enjoy it. You're running around.
Exactly.
The tough one.
Just to let you
Brilliant.
know that
Okay.
Susie did just explain. She said, I think I have a fear of being outside on my own. I'm also doing things, which is for better and worse, I think.
I'd love to talk to you at some stage, Susie, if you want to. I mean, at the end, I'm going to offer anyone on this call a 30-minute chat for free, just to discuss things where you are and see if I can help in any way. So if anyone, I'll give you my details at the end. If you want to connect with me, that'd be absolutely fantastic.
Just to give you a time check, we are reached the 45 minutes, so I can give you another couple of minutes before
Right,
we
let's
have
go.
to move on to the
Daily
next
physical
one.
movement. Throw some numbers in. Are you getting out and exercising? I'm sorry, Shirley.
No problem.
I thought this was going to drag because I'd be stuck for words. I haven't stopped, have I? Sorry.
We've got some that say
Numbers.
getting better. We've got a 9, which is great.
Fantastic. I'd say I'm at a 6, but I recently got a puppy, so that's going to go up drastically. This is
Couple
one
of
of my
4s as
favorite
well.
quotes. Eleanor Brown, and the beginning of this quote says, when you take time to replenish your spirit, it allows you to serve others from the overflow. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. Never were truer words said. So to all you amazing mums and dads and carers, grandparents out there, look after yourselves. If I can help in any way, please connect with me. So if you Google or if you go on LinkedIn, Father Figures It Out Coaching with an underscore between each word. LinkedIn, I'm Santanu Sengupta. I have a website, fatherfiguresit.out.coach, not .com, .coach. So just remember the words Father Figures It Out and you'll find me somewhere. Email santanu@fatherfiguresit.out.coach. I'm going to stop sharing so I can actually see you lovely people for the last minute.
Oh, thank you, Rich.
This
Rich
will be
has shared
available in the
your,
Facebook group anyway.
Rich has just shared your link, but we'll get Santanu to pop everything into the warm-up group as well.
Thank you, Rich. Oh, just one last thing I'd like to say. That picture behind me, I mentioned it earlier. On January the 1st this year, I had a really bad pain in my eye. By lunchtime, I was in an MRI machine. My girls didn't know where I was. I've now lost a bit of visibility in my left eye. There's like a big shadow and I can't see properly. Didn't want to get emotional. Anyway, that's why I feel like this mission needs to work. That's me.
You know,
Thank you.
I was blessed to deal with Santanu and got to meet him through the coaching course, and his heart is huge. He's an amazing person and an amazing coach, and helping so many people. So, Santanu, man, you're the best.
Thank you for that. Sorry, you've made me a little bit emotional now as well. Right, we're going to wrap up now before we all start blubbing. Thank you so much for an amazing session. I think, yeah, what you've given us today has just been amazing, and everybody in the chat is sharing their thanks as well, and for your kindness and just the amazing things that you've shared with us today. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here this afternoon and joining this session. Obviously, again, we really appreciate it as always, and for being here for this coaching summit with us. Just another quick one from In Good Company. Reminder of our Q&A sessions tomorrow, Friday the 5th of July, 9:30 Q&A with Zoe about training to be a coach, and at 12:30 a Q&A with Joe about our CPD courses, emotions coaching, practitioner training, and foundations of group and team coaching. Thank you all so much for being here, and really look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you all so much.